Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are having our special review. I know this is pretty delayed and I do apologize for that, but yeah, today we are reviewing Marjane Satrapi's Persepolis, which is directed by Vincent Perrinaud and Marjane Satrapi, based on the graphic novel by the same name. And guys, I went into this film not really knowing what to expect. I went into it after honestly seeing a trailer online. I was like, that looks cool, I'll check it out. And I have to be honest, I was not prepared for this film at all. It absolutely floored me. The film has a great quality in that it doesn't just throw information in your face, it relays it in a very complex and minimalistic manner that makes you as an audience member think, and I really appreciate that when watching this film. Now, in regards to the strengths of this film, I think that one of the greatest is the plot of the film. I mean, we're following a linear path in that we're following the maturing of Marjane, but it's in a very episodic manner, because we'll just jump off to this little story over here or jump to this story, because the entire film is told in flashbacks. It's told through Marjane's memories, and all this is portrayed in this way to mimic memory, and that's beautiful. Here pretty soon we're going to be reviewing a similar film that does this, which is Isao Takahata's Only Yesterday. In Isao Takahata's Only Yesterday, he does a very similar thing. We're following a linear path, but it's told in a very episodic manner because it's following her memories. She's remembering her youth, she's remembering these different aspects of her life, and because of that, the film takes on this episodic structure. And Persepolis does the same thing, and I loved that. It was a great form of storytelling that added to these characters. It added unique little tidbits to their life, and it also showed the world as a whole. You don't have to concentrate on this part of the world or this. You can show multiple different sections because you're not restricted by a linear path. Also, talking about those characters, they are extremely well realized in this film. And you see that especially with Marjane, the grandmother, the mother, the father. They bring this life to the film that's really well realized, and I really enjoyed watching. Especially the grandmother. Like, the grandmother was one of my favorites. Like, I mean, she's brought to life in such an interesting way, and she just calls it like it is. I mean, I couldn't help but just be attached to that, and a lot of the characters are like that. They have these ups, these downs, these highs and lows that define their characters and really add a lot of depth to the film. And they're portrayed very realistically for being an animated film. You know, there's something really great about animation in almost being able to portray something more realistic because you can just put your full soul on the picture. I mean, you don't have to rely on an actor or a crew or the lighting. You can draw all that. And in that way, animation can sometimes become more realistic than a real-time film, and I think that that's the case with Persepolis. It's not a realistic portrayal in the characters' movements or how they're interacting, but then again, the film never wants it to be. This is the emotion and the perception of this particular individual, Marjane Satrapi, and it comes to life on this film. Also, I thought that the tonal shifts in this film were really interesting. I mean, there will be scenes that will be very serious or have a really serious tone, and it'll just turn comedic. And I was blown away by that. I didn't know how to take that because you get these dramatic shifts and I'm just like, whoa, what's... You know, I was in this serious moment and now you're making it funny. I was having like this moral friction going on, but it was interesting looking back, and I thought that it was a unique approach to take, and I thought that it was really, really cool ultimately. Now, after going over all the different topics of this film and reviewing all these different aspects that makes it a good film, it makes you wonder, what is the central meaning behind this film? And it honestly took me a little while to figure this out, because it's a very simple film. I mean, you're watching the maturing of a woman in this very hostile environment. Mahjong is not just growing up in a hostile world in Iran at this time, it's also hostile in Europe. I mean, because of the cultural differences, people looking down on her for being Iranian. You see all these things come together, and it really makes you realize the depth that this film's going to. We all, as individuals, have a need to grow and to express ourselves and to experience the world in our own ways. And one of the saddest things about Iran is that people have been stripped of that right. You know, they don't have the right to make mistakes. They don't have the right to go out and experience themselves, or to mature as a man or a woman or a child. They don't have the freedom to do that. Well, guys, I'm a little bit emotionally drained after seeing this one, but it's definitely a great film that I think deserves a lot of recognition, a lot of praise for what it's done and for being such a unique picture. And for that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Guys, thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. And I'm eager to hear what you guys thought about this film. So definitely comment if you feel like saying something about this film. And if you like this video, you can click right here and join the conversation.